Cody Buck from Buck Builds here. Got the Jeep chassis coming up next. This is going to be for the Autoworld JK casting. This one does have a functional suspension as well as functional steering. It will have wheels and tires as an option. The only difference with the newest tires are they're a little bit wider. So you'll get those tires with those wheels if you select the wheels. Little bead locks. Come on, focus. All right, so those wheels, those tires. These ones are a little skinny. All right, focus on the Jeep now. So with these, you will now be getting these chassis with this coming raw, and I'm going to send 2 of these springs in it. I've had a couple requests for having different lift heights, so I'm gonna let you guys play around. I'm gonna send you 2 of the full-size springs. Typically, I don't know how many that is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So probably about 11 or 12 coils is what I normally do for the bigger chassis. You might go a little bit shorter than that. You might go a little bit more than that, depending on how exactly you want it to sit. Keep in mind that, okay, I don't think this one's attached all the way yet. So if you go higher, it's gonna push your front tires back. If you go lower, it's gonna push them more forward. Oh, yep, went right back in, cool. So I haven't put any glue on the base of these. Typically, oh, come on, lighting. Typically, I'll drop a little drop of glue at the bottom of the springs just to hold them all in once everything's complete. As far as this JK goes, it does take some more extensive drilling and work to it. I'm gonna have to turn on flash, so. All right, back with some flash. So, I had to drill holes. I already attached this, or else I'd take all this off to show you, but long story short, I trimmed out the back side of this to where it was pretty flat, and then I ended up drilling a hole to match both the sizes of there. So when you put this chassis on the stock part, once you cut these outsides out of the wheel wells, you'll be able to drop the chassis directly on that plastic. Then you can take a Sharpie and move it around where your holes are gonna be and where your chassis is gonna sit. You can then drill out those 2 holes, and same in the front. I think you can see through the hood. So you can see where they came through in the front. You have to drill 2 holes in the front also, using the same technique, it's just on the metal. But yeah, it's not that bad, it's just a little bit more extensive, so I figured I'd make sure I made some videos to help you guys through, so I don't have to have messages back up and I don't have time to respond to everybody. I'm terribly sorry about that, but I get asked a million times a day simple questions that I'm trying to make videos to answer everybody's questions. But with this one, like I said, steering does work. Whenever you get the pins, they are a little difficult to get tight in here and have basically no play this way. These ones aren't terrible, but they're not super tight either. So depending on your super glue, mine dried a little slow, so that gave me a little extra play in there. But I don't like playing with fast super glues when I'm dealing with wheel pins yet. Anyway, back is just regular metal through axle, solid, front solid, but let's see, focus, 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 focus. It is tiny, tiny parts, but you will put the pin through, super glue, a drop of super glue into the hole on the knuckle, and then put your pin through. And typically I will take a small file and push on this side of it to get it tight as I can anyway. Unfortunately, there is still a tiny bit of play because the pins that I got, I don't know if they make different sizes. I tried closing up the hole a tiny bit more and it started filling with resin, and then I'd have to drill it out. So to avoid that, I just kind of left it how it is. There's not much play. So I mean, if you have it straight on the ground, you might have to make little adjustments if your tire's like way out. But for the most part, it's pretty sturdy too. Like, it could take some pretty good abuse. Sometimes when you flex out, you know, you might have to push and pull on certain spots to get it to react, 'cause it's not very heavy. Not like the C10s anyway. But it flexes out, it turns. Make a cool piece to your collection. Pretty easy build. 4 holes drilled, a couple clippings. Re-glued the bumper on. I still need to put a different spare on it. Haven't put a back bumper on it. Quick epoxy to attach the... Oh yeah, I did cut out also, if you can see, from this point and cut over and then back up to allow the chassis to drop all the way in and be flat. Other than that, I think that's all. This one was pretty simple build. So hopefully this chassis and setup makes things easier for you guys. I am on to the next video. Thanks guys, bye.